Welcome to the only 2D platformer worth playing. Celeste is an incredible game that tells an inspiring story alongside its amazing gameplay. You play as this orange girl named Madeline, and before I talk about anything else, look at these hair physics. It's just so satisfying. The game starts with girl at the foot of the mountain. Say hello to grandma and sprint across a collapsing bridge, where a bird tells you you have a dash move. You can also climb, but it's really uncharacteristically slow for this game. We're getting way ahead of ourselves though. What are we actually doing here at Celeste Mountain? Simple. We're trying to climb it. After that short intro, the game starts throwing new things at you left and right. Traffic light blocks that throw you across the level. Space blocks that you can dash into and travel through. These things, which suck. I hate them. Clouds that give you a boost if you time your jump exactly right. Feathers that allow you to fly through the air for a short while, and a bunch more. Now, a lesser game would introduce all of these new ideas and be crushed beneath the weight of too many shallow ideas. Celeste takes all these mechanics and pushes them to their absolute limits. You know those traffic light blocks that push you if you dash into them? What if you were to jump off at the exact moment they pushed you? Whoa! But be careful, because sometimes you need to wait for a complete stop or else you'll die horribly. You can even chain these huge jumps off of one traffic light block to another, and you just fly around the level at Mach speed. When you take a step back and read the dialogue, you can begin to realize that this game is really deep. There aren't many cutscenes in the game, and they are really short, which just goes to show that you don't need extremely long, drawn-out dialogue to tell an engaging story. Eventually, you find this big mirror, and it ends up creating an evil copy of our hero. After chasing bad Madeline down, she tells us that we should find a hobby and give up on climbing the mountain. But our guy says that we need to climb this mountain. Huh. I wonder why she is so set on this. Well, I guess we'll revisit this later. Everyone always asks how to solve this puzzle, but no one ever stops to ask why we even want to solve this puzzle. Next up is definitely the worst part of this whole game, the resort. With a combo of the worst character in the game, these stupid fuzzy looking idiots, being a cleanup maid, and a confusing maze of a level that was only confusing because I didn't realize you have to talk to the stupid character after every time you cleaned up part of the level. Okay, I'm chill. Eventually, Madeline pisses off the ghost manager guy and he attacks you. But you can kill him, so it's nice. You end up in a phone call with a mysterious green person who never shows up again, but you wake up and you thank God because it was just a dream. Then you return to that phone in the real world and you call your mama, which reveals two things. Madeline has a good mother, and our main protagonist suffers from panic attacks. Noted. Next up is this cool pixelated level. Gotta get all the strawberries. Wait a minute, this is just a video game. Inside of a video game. Now, I definitely could've, should've, would've mentioned this sooner, but you can collect these strawberries along your journey. They don't really do much at all. Even the game says they're mostly just there to impress your friends. One time I collected about 170, but I chose to mostly ignore them through this playthrough. I have this personal issue with platformers, especially 2D platformers. Even Mario games, which could be considered the pinnacle of 2D and 3D platformers, aren't all that amazing to me. This game does it all perfectly. The colorful effects, the beautifully placed pixels, and the easy to learn, hard to master movement all combine to create Celeste. One of my favorite things about this game is that they implemented this thing called Coyote Fall or something. It has coyote in it, where you can walk off a ledge for about 5 frames, which allows you to jump in mid-air if you happen to not time your jump perfectly. It's something that a lot of people don't really notice, but I do, because I'm very critical on 2D platformers. Eventually, you approach this giant blue gate, engraved with 4 heart symbols. Now, behind the scenes, which you probably haven't even noticed, I've gone and collected secret collectibles from every single level. These giant bouncy hearts that you have to find. Sometimes they're pretty hard to find, sometimes they're not. And now we can pass through the barrier and enter this new level. Why did I come in here? No, this was not worth Why did I want to come in here? This is a living hell. Okay, there's another gate. Well, luckily, I've already collected all the hearts. What? Okay, I didn't actually know this, but you gotta go back and you gotta beat the harder versions of every single level to get the rest of the hearts you need. So let's do that real quick. Okay, I collected them all. That was actually really freaking hard to do. What the hell? Oh wow, this is a really nice place. I like that tree. What's that over there? Grandma is dead. At this point, you should be an expert, and the game teaches you brand new techniques, which you need to master quickly to get any progress in this part. But when you finally get it down, you can pull off clean movement like this. Oh crap. I swear I've been challenging this level for like 10 minutes now. I can't, I've made no progress. I've made it past. Get the feather. Get the feather. Okay. Carefully. You're kidding. You're kidding. Oh, we're so close to the top of the mountain. Look at us go. Oh, Battleline is here. Oh God. Oh God. Use the feather? Oh my God. It's the breathing exercise that Mom mentioned. We're having a panic attack. And right there, in that moment, all becomes clear about this game. Battleline isn't just a random evil version of Madeline. She's the physical embodiment of all of her negative emotions. The mountain you've been climbing this whole time isn't just a mountain, it's a metaphor for depression. Those hard levels that make you struggle and die over and over is a reference to how depression is a struggle that feels never ending. The entire time, this game has been about overcoming your self-doubt, and while trying to better yourself and going on this journey that you need, you are constantly dragged down by your own negative feelings, literally falling to the bottom of the mountain. Just like the highs and lows in real life, anxiety tears apart relationships. It drives people away from you, and it harms those around that try to help. This is a story of self-reflection. Pretending the problem doesn't exist only will make it worse. But sometimes you don't want to admit defeat. You don't want to admit that something is wrong. The only part of this game where you're traveling downwards is when you are attempting to push the bad parts of yourself further down. The only way to truly heal is to fight your fears head on and accept them as part of you. You can never truly defeat depression, but you can learn to live with it. Only then will you truly be able to soar. Only then will you be able to accept yourself.